Hello and welcome to Vallo Vision News. I'm Stephanie Michael.
And I'm Michaela Franklin. Thanks so much for joining us. From Capitol Hill to the White House, Washington debates whether allegations about a Supreme Court nominee's past should jeopardize his future. Emily Schmidt reports from Washington on Judge Brett Kavanaugh.
From Judge Brett Kavanaugh's Maryland home to his Monday White House meetings may be easier than the road his nomination has suddenly taken.
If it takes a little delay, it'll take a little delay.
California professor Christine Blasey Ford accused Kavanaugh of physically and sexually assaulting her at a party more than 3 decades ago when both were teenagers.
Will your client, Christine Ford, be willing to testify in public to the Judiciary Committee?
The answer is yes.
She is willing to do it. Has she been asked by any of the lawmakers to do that?
That's interesting. The answer is no.
Kavanaugh says in a statement the allegation is completely false and that he's willing to say so to the Senate Judiciary Committee.
I have great confidence in the U.S. Senate and in their procedures and what they're doing.
The committee plans to vote on Kavanaugh's nomination Thursday. Democrats on the committee are asking for a delay, as is Senator Chuck Schumer.
Trying to rush this through on Thursday is an insult to the women of America and an insult to the majesty of the Supreme Court of the United States.
It's Republicans who could sway proceedings, especially potential swing votes from Senator Lisa Murkowski.
I don't know whether there is any there, but it's my job, along with 99 other members of the Senate, to determine if there is.
And from Senator Susan Collins, who tweeted, Professor Ford and Judge Kavanaugh should both testify under oath. Professor Ford's words getting attention and action, with still unknown results. In Washington, I'm Emily Schmidt.
Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley of Iowa said in a statement Monday that Judge Kavanaugh's accuser deserves to be heard.
In the days leading up to Hurricane Florence's arrival on the East Coast, residents in the Carolinas were told to follow warnings and evacuation orders. The warnings continue into the new week as the storm system has claimed over 20 lives. For CNN, Natasha Chen reports from Durham, North Carolina.
The crisis in North Carolina continues.
Flooded homes and buildings, roads that resemble rivers, and rescue operations still underway. Catastrophic flooding from Hurricane Florence could last several days in North Carolina, and even more rain is expected Monday, keeping some first responders from reaching those who need help.
People still need to heed warnings. We're still having communities that need to be evacuated. There was a 3-story apartment building here that was just evacuated a few hours ago. We're not out of the woods yet.
There are at least 20 storm-related deaths in the Carolinas. Hundreds of thousands of customers are still without power, and more than 15,000 people were in emergency shelters over the weekend in North Carolina alone. Further inland from the coast, flooded rivers and basins are compounding issues for state officials.
The danger is still immediate. Flood waters are rising as rivers crest, and they will for days.
In addition to officials and rescue workers, regular citizens are stepping in and helping out.
Water just started rushing in from everywhere.
O'Shanti McNair is a maintenance worker at the Eastgate Crossing shopping plaza near Durham. This morning, water overflowed from a nearby creek and flooded the plaza, trapping several employees in one store. McNair says he and another worker helped get them out.
I guess they didn't know how fast the water was coming up because it was like a snap.
McNair's heroism is one example of the bravery and danger that exists throughout the state. In Durham, North Carolina, I'm Natasha Chen.
The body of a missing North Carolina infant was recovered Monday. Officials say 1-year-old Caden Lee Welch was swept away by rushing water Saturday night in Union County. The Union County Sheriff's Department believes his mother drove around road barricades and the fast-moving floodwater moved her car off the road. According to authorities, the mother was able to free herself and Caden, but lost him in the water. The mother was rescued and taken to a hospital. The aftermath of Hurricane Florence is pushing back the test of a nationwide presidential alert system. Most cell phone users will receive the alert October 3rd. The original test date was supposed to be this Thursday. The goal is to alert Americans to emergencies like severe weather and missing children. The message will be titled Presidential Alert, but will indicate it is only a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System.
This year, the University of Vallo is celebrating the centennial for the College Night homecoming tradition. Even though the College Night competitions aren't until next semester, the celebrations will start in just a few weeks. On October 13th, the university will host the College Night Centennial Celebration. It features tailgating on Main Quad, a reception and dinner in Anna Irvin, and a true theatrical review, celebrating past College Night productions. Ticket sales are currently open for alumni. Students can purchase tickets on September 27th. We've placed a link on the Vallo Vision News Facebook page for more information. Remember, there's always news 24/7 on our social media pages. Just search for Vallo Vision News on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more stories throughout the week.
Still ahead on Vallo Vision News, you've probably heard of putting peanuts in your Coke, but what about cannabis? See why they're considering making cannabis-infused drinks.
Plus, good news for Spotify users. Find out what change the streaming music platform is making.
And Apple releases its latest mobile operating system. Get a preview of some of the new features. We'll be right back. Coca-Cola may be looking into a new ingredient as the use of cannabis continues to rise. Coke says it's following debate over CBD, a non-psychoactive ingredient derived from marijuana. Coke says CBD could gain ground in wellness beverages globally. According to Bloomberg, Coke is in talks with a Canadian cannabis company on potential products, but the company says it's just watching the increased use of CBD for now and hasn't made any decisions about using it in Coke products. Volkswagen is putting the brakes on the production of its legendary Beetle. The company says the last Beetle will be made in its factory in Puebla, Mexico in July 2019. The company plans to say farewell with the final edition series with the base price tag of more than $23,000. The car entered mass production after World War II, debuting in North America in 1949. Experts say the Beetle is now fighting an uphill battle on the market because many consumers prefer SUVs.
Facebook says it will start fact-checking to include photos and videos on the social media platform. Until now, most of the work by Facebook's human fact-checkers was focused on text articles. Similar to articles, a machine learning model will flag photos and videos for potential inaccuracies. They will then be sent to human fact-checkers for verification. Facebook says its 27 partners in 17 nations will partake in the photo and video fact-checking. Spotify is significantly upping the number of songs subscribers can download for offline listening. Before, the Swedish streaming service would let users download 3,333 songs per device on up to 3 devices. Now subscribers can download up to 10,000 songs per device on up to 5 devices. So someone with 5 devices could download up to 50,000 different songs. The expanse limits come as phone makers are boosting the amount of storage on their devices. Candy lovers, listen up. 3 new M&M flavors are coming to store shelves, and the candy maker wants to know which one you like best. Khalil Kyles joins us after the break for The Buzz. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Vallo Vision News. Now it's time for The Buzz.
Khalil Kyles joins us now for a look at the stories that we're buzzing about.
Thanks, guys. First up, Apple is rolling out its new operating system this week. It's called iOS 12 and is available now. The operating system is coming out before the launch of Apple's new iPhone XS, but is compatible with mobile generations as old as the 5S. New features include a screen time counter, personalized emojis, an Apple for physical measurements, and an update Siri. So I personally haven't tried out the new iOS 12 just yet. My phone died right as it was updating, so I can't really do much with it right now.
See, that's not a bad thing. I usually like to wait for the updates to kind of let them work out the kinks and stuff, you know, because something always happens. So yeah, I like to wait usually.
Yeah. I am excited to try out the new measuring app. That seems really cool.
We'll see. M&M's is going nuts with new flavors next year. The brand will supposedly unveil 3 new M&M's. The 3 flavors reportedly set to be released are English toffee peanut Mexican jalapeno peanut, and Thai coconut peanut M&Ms. The packages invite fans of the candy to vote on which of the three tastes they like best. This is the second time this year that customers have been asked for their input on flavors. In the spring, M&M's tested 3 new crunchy flavors for people to vote on. Now, jalapeno peanuts, I'm not a big fan of those. The toffee peanut, maybe, I can get with that one.
You just about read my mind, Khalil. I'm
Yeah.
not sure I'll be trying the jalapeno M&M, but you know, as for all the other M&Ms, I love them.
One California teen is the definition of a good Samaritan. He stumbled upon more money than he'd ever seen in his life, and he did the right thing. Casey Drescher has the story.
I feel that if everyone did the right thing, then this world would be a better place.
And Rami Zaini did the right thing to the tune of 10 grand.
You got out of your car?
Yes.
You like pulled over?
I pulled over, got out of the car, went to the road. There was no one around, so I picked up the purse and tried to find whose it was.
On his way home from school, the 16-year-old noticed a black purse in the middle of the road in the Turnpike area Wednesday.
Looked inside, tried to find any identification. Is there a phone number I can call them?
But the high school junior found something pretty important in there. More cash than he's ever seen in his life.
We have seen people do the right thing many times before. We've had purses that have been dropped that had a large amount of cash in them, but I think this probably is the first time that we had a purse that had $10,000 in it.
After consulting with his parents, the teen brought the precious cargo to the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office.
To me, I figured this is the right thing to do if I take it and find whoever's purse it was, because if the roles were reversed and I had lost something with a significant sum of money inside, I know I would want it back for sure.
The purse and cash have since been reunited with their rightful owner, who's said to be very grateful.
This woman was going on a hike and she said she probably left it on the roof of her car and drove away and didn't realize it.
And as a reward, the woman gave Rami $100.
Just makes you feel good about humanity and that there are people out here that will do the right thing.
In Santa Barbara, I'm Casey Drescher reporting.
$10K found in the purse, and the reward was $100.
I mean, it's nice to see somebody doing the right thing and returning it.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, I mean, it's better than nothing, right? Yeah. But
Yeah.
what would you do if you found 10K in a purse?
Me personally, I would think it's a sign from God. I would take it for myself, and I would probably try my best to donate it to other people who might need it, because that's a lot of money. I don't know what to do with 10K.
Hey, I mean, I'm not arguing with that. I personally, of course, would definitely have thoughts of keeping the 10K, but I'm not sure I'd be able to go on with my everyday life knowing that I'm holding someone's 10K, possibly their rent money, car payment, whatever they were going to use it for, you know. But that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Khalil. That's all the time we have for today's show.
And thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in to Vallo Vision News again next week.